In this episode of the Actual VR Show, we're going to be talking about GoPro. They have a new 360 camera. Have you heard of it? No? Okay. Well, we're going to talk about it in this one.
Okay.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Westworld. I haven't seen a single episode, but they got a virtual reality experience coming out that I think you'll love. And lastly, we're going to take you behind the scenes of the most recent 360 music video that I was a part of, and you won't be disappointed. You'll just be thinking to yourself, oh, that's so Kyle. Let's do it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Actual VR Show, the show where we take everything that's happening in immersive tech news and we piece it together in this tiny little nugget of goodness that we call the Actual VR Show. Coming at you every Monday. For our first order today, we've got some news from GoPro. GoPro has announced the new Hero 8 camera. It's going to have some really cool capabilities, but specifically we're going to be talking about the 360 aspect because if you follow 360 video at all, the GoPro Omni was the GoPro prosumer camera that they came out with. It was a very good camera. It synced all of the GoPros at once. It was a great solution. But since the Hero 4 Black, I believe, was the last camera that you could use with that rig, we haven't seen any other cameras that were capable of being in an array like that. And what we found out about this new GoPro Hero 8 is that if they didn't change the flow state on the camera, it won't be usable for any type of moving shots in 360 in that array. But what it will do is capture up to 12K video, which is pretty cool. We still have a use case there. A couple years ago, they announced the GoPro Fusion. It's a two-lens prosumer 360 camera. Really great camera. It's been used in a lot of cool Red Bull videos. It's been great for action sports. Well, they're announcing that they're coming up the second Fusion. It's gonna be called the GoPro Max, and it looks great. I don't have any technical specs on it yet, but what we do know is that with the success of the first Fusion, I hope to see maybe higher frame rates, the typical GoPro formula. Sprinkle in a little bit of resolution, add a little bit of frame rate in those previous resolutions. If we could just do that, if we could just step it up a little bit. For the second story of the day, we're talking Westworld. Yeah, HBO Westworld. They're coming out with a VR experience. It's gonna take place in the second season environment. You're gonna have to forgive me. I haven't actually seen Westworld, but but I know a lot of people who do watch it, and they partnered with Survios, the production company, the VR company behind making this happen. And this is just a good example of a network, a traditional media company utilizing VR to promote their product, their series, their other content.
Here's to the heroes and the villains, the saints and the sinners, the lambs and the wolves. Here's to the dream built for us all, but for those who awaken, here's to breaking this world.
There ain't no escape!
Good on you, HBO. Thinking ahead. You ever need 360 stuff? I'm here. So from the time we're filming this, it gets released tomorrow. That's August 20th. You can expect to see that on Steam VR, Oculus Home, VIVE port, so PC VR headsets. And for our final story of the day, we're gonna talk, it's less of a news story, more of a little shameless promotion here. This past weekend, I was working on a 360 project with a couple of interns turned best friends. If you've watched any of our 360 video experiences, some of the spatial audio that has happened, if you watched the Swisher Sweets video, which by the way is at over 1 million views, mostly organic. That had spatial audio if you put your headphones on, and these are the guys that did it. We're talking about Robert Coomber and Julian Messina. Those are two of my the most talented audio engineers that I know and that I've worked with. I love them. But I had a chance to work with them this weekend on a 360 video, music video. Really cool concept. And I'm not gonna spoil anything for you yet. But what I will show you is a little bit of me doing a little bit of this. that shoot was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait to share all the updates. There's going to be a behind the scenes documentary just kind of showing what we had to do, because what was required, I mean, we had over 20 different microphones in the studio. We recorded it live. It's, you know, I'll just, you'll check it out. You'll be here. I'll tell you about it later. Guys, you know I live off your loving. So if you're loving what we're putting out, would you do me a favor? Would you just, you know, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share this video with somebody who doesn't know about virtual reality. Maybe we can be the gateway drug into their VR habit. I'm gonna leave it in there. It doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. And I imagine by now, if you're watching this video, we have also released the first episode of the Actual VR podcast. This gives you guys an opportunity to check out a little bit of we go a little bit more in depth about the stories we talk about on the show, but you also get the opportunity to meet all these faces behind the scenes that you don't get to see in this show, but you have an opportunity to talk to some of them. And as we go every week and we deliver these deep dives into the things that matter to you, VR news, immersive content news, you'll get an opportunity to really start to fall in love with these guys the way I have. But check for that every Friday on all on YouTube, Facebook, and all podcast platforms, pretty much. I mean, we got them all covered. Guys, I love you coming here and checking out what we got going on. I hope you come back next week. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, just leave them down below. I'm there. I hang out there all by myself. I say that every week, and I have yet to include it in an edit. So guys, I want to cast you out into the world. Go spread the good news about virtual reality. Send them over here, and you know, we'll get them all on the same page. We'll see you next week, and I'll see you later. Bye. I'll use one of those.